Hello and hello everyone, my name is Lucy and welcome to Books and Brushes. So the last video I recorded, you haven't seen that, that's because I recorded it after I got back from my hair appointment. My hair was looking perfect and gorgeous. I filmed a video and guess what, footage has magically disappeared. Technology just loves me. Will you see that video at some point? Maybe, probably. Will I have to refilm it? I don't know. But anyway, let's put that in a box in the past and talk about this video today, which is a discussion video I really wanted to talk about with you guys, and I need to get it all off my chest and discuss it all and my perspective on it because it's really important to YouTube. So I don't know if you know this or not, but YouTube is going to be making some massive changes in January 2020. Some really big, really affecting changes to many of its content creators. Now, some of you may already know kind of about this, but not really. I don't know how many of you have researched, and some of you have no idea what I'm talking about at all. So if you're like, what changes are they gonna make, Lucy? Here's the changes they're proposing. Now, at the moment, things are a little bit vague, so I may say something that's wrong. They've really not gone into detail and specifics about what they're planning to do, but here's the crux of the issue. So YouTube's just been fined a whole bunch of money for collecting a lot of data on young children. So YouTube is not for kids. Let me say that again, YouTube is not for children. I don't know if you noticed, but a few years ago they kind of come out with that YouTube Kids, which was a way to try and curb this, to get kids to go there instead of on YouTube. But obviously that's not really worked. So kids are going on YouTube, and as you know, YouTube is run by an algorithm, a machine, not by people. No one is watching these videos and checking them before they go up. That's not what happens. Kids are going on YouTube because parents, it's easy, you know, parents are giving their phones to the children, using YouTube as a babysitter and just letting their kids watch anything, and that is a problem. Now that's a problem for many reasons. I mean, there is everything on YouTube. It is not monitored by, you know, to be for kids. It is not child safe. First of all, they could be watching anything, and the algorithm is going to suggest things to them that is not for them. So a mum might think, oh yeah, a Peppa Pig live stream, there you go little one, and then the algorithm might suggest, I don't know, pigs in slaughterhouses. I mean, that's probably a very unlikely example, but you get the point. The YouTube algorithm is a machine, and it can only do so much, and it can't understand context, so it might suggest things off the back of a kid's video that's not for kids, and the kids are just going to click on it because it's suggested to them. This algorithm cannot it's not magic. It can't suggest kids only things, which is why they have the YouTube Kids. And kids should just not be on regular YouTube. They just shouldn't be there. However, parents are going to do it and kids are going to do it, and they're obviously doing it. So that's where kids are ending up, and they're being suggested all sorts that they shouldn't be watching. Also, there's the problem of the comment sections. You know, this is a public forum for everyone. If a kid's commenting on these videos, there's the issue of predators. Yeah, you get what I mean, like kids talking to adults online. There's a dangerous kind of line to be trod there. Kids just shouldn't be on YouTube, and the fact that there's been so many, YouTube is really having to crack down on this, and they don't really have a choice. So here's what YouTube is proposing for January 2020 to try and curb this issue. They are going to really massively restrict and use a machine to vet all the videos and demonetize and remove the comment sections of any videos they deem child appealing. Now, as you can imagine, that's kind of catastrophic and so generalised. This machine that doesn't understand context, vetting all videos to make sure that none of them are for children. Even if they're not for children and the context and the intent is not for children, if they are child appealing, these videos and these content creators will be in danger. A lot of content creators are on YouTube for monetization. It's how they fund their videos, and it's how a lot of people have made careers. They've made jobs out of this. And to be demonetized and to have comment sections removed would just be horrible. I mean, any of you know me at all, I love talking with you in the comment sections, and if that was removed from my videos, I'd be heartbroken. So what kind of things is this machine looking to vet for in these videos? Well, again, what YouTube has said at the moment is still very vague, but music, colour, characters and child items are all in this list of things that are child appealing. Yeah, how vague and generalised is that? Music? I mean, does that mean if I have a jaunty background music, is that child appealing? Colour. I use colour in my thumbnails. If a video is too colourful, does that make it child appealing? Can adults not enjoy colour? Like, what? Characters. I mean, plenty of us on YouTube are geeks, we're introverts, we like talking about our passions and our hobbies. Of course there's going to be a lot of characters on YouTube, and they might be, yeah, Spider-Man. You know, how many adults like Spider-Man? Just because kids like it too doesn't mean adults can't, but that means adults can't talk about it anymore. This line is so blurred, and no one knows quite what's going to happen. My channel should be reasonably okay, but crafting channels are an example for things that are going to be in danger. So, take an artist. Say they're using Play-Doh and they're going to make a massive, epic, amazing sculpture of a monster out of Play-Doh. That is not for kids. However, because Play-Doh is in the video and probably in the description and the title and just in the video itself, that's going to be flagged as for children, which it really isn't, you know, and plenty of things like that. So if you take a doll and completely transform it into a Frankenstein monster, that's transformative, that's art. And yet, the topic, because of the item, that's going to be taken as a children's item, completely foregoing the context of what it's actually doing. You see the problem here? You see how very, very easily anything could be swayed and considered for children. And none of the content creators are going to quite know what to do. Either they're going to have to try and subvert and change their content, or they're just going to completely be negatively impacted, maybe to a point where they just disappear entirely, which is scary. How can you say that colour and too much colour is for kids? How generalised and blanketed is that? Saying that anything colourful that has characters in it is childish. Art supplies, childish. Like, especially the irony that a few years ago, you probably know, that YouTube was vetting and demonetising swearing and anything not family friendly. So for me, example, I've never sworn in any of my videos. I don't know if you've noticed. But fun fact, I'm a Portsmouth girl. I live in a naval town. We swear. I swear a lot. And in my videos, I make a real effort not to. And I don't know, like, it feels kind of like weird not to swear. It's like I'm lying. It's like I'm not being my true self. But like, I didn't want to be demonetized, so I just kind of had to do that. And now everyone that's kind of gone in this family-friendly route is going to be at risk of being impacted by this new system. I'm thinking maybe I should just start swearing. But then again, damned if I do, damned if I don't. Like, you see the problem here? Having these many restrictions on people is just going to stunt creativity and free speech so much, because so many content creators are going to be trying to avoid all these things, but it's too much to avoid. You can't avoid just all colour and music. Like, YouTube is an entertainment, it's visual and audio, like, that's what it is. Is YouTube going to become a grey, bland, boring place where we talk about only adult topics? It's just going to take all the fun out of YouTube, and it's going to run itself into the ground if this is the direction it's taking. So as you can see, the ideas of this is quite scary, and this algorithm's not magic, you know, it can only do so much, and having this much generalization is a really, really bad idea. So how would this affect me? I should be okay. I mean, I don't use any children's items in my videos, but I do talk about books. I talk about adult books, but a lot of them are YA. Is that considered child content? I mean, where do you draw the line? Like, is child content like younger kids, or is YA okay? Because that's like teenagers, and teenagers are fine, right? I don't know, it depends how old the teenagers are. Like, you see the problem here. If I've got a lot of YA books and children's books, like, I read a lot of middle grade and some children's books, because there should be no age limit on these things. It's so wrong to say, you're an adult, you can't enjoy arts and crafts. You're an adult. No Harry Potter for you. 90% of the people that talk about I love Harry Potter on YouTube, I'm willing to bet are adults. And yet, because this is child implied, it could be completely blanketed and destroyed. And does that include me? I don't know. I don't want to just stop talking about Harry Potter and stop reading YA books. Like, that's pretty much my entire channel. So I'm really on this line. I don't know whether because I'm talking about books and literature, is that to Is that a good thing? Or is it because I do read a lot of YA and stuff, is that too young? Like, I don't know. Shall I stop using jaunty music in my videos? Shall I make my thumbnails less colourful? Do you see how this is going to go really wrong? Now, I completely understand why YouTube is doing this. First of all, they don't really have a choice. They're forced to do something because of the problem. However, this solution is just the worst possible thing they could do. I feel like this kind of action is panic mode. Instead of really trying to improve the situation of kids on YouTube, they're just destroying it. Just saying, well, if kids are watching it, then no one can have it. You know, it's just not viable, and YouTube is gonna destroy itself if it does this. Kids should not be on YouTube. That is a problem. However, you just can't demonetize and completely blanket everything because of that. So how should they deal with the issue? Well, personally, I think it all originates with the parents. You have to promote to the parents that YouTube is not for children. YouTube is not a babysitter. You have to really promote the dangers of why your kid shouldn't be on there and explain that the algorithm is not magic. Get a YouTube video up for your kids on YouTube Kids and watch it with them, but do not just allow them to surf on YouTube. Yeah, write a quick comment out with them, but just them talking to strangers online, you should already know that that's dangerous and that's bad and you shouldn't do it. If YouTube can really improve its security in this matter, that would help. So even now, like, the YouTube accounts are owned by adults, but I have read up in my research that it doesn't matter. So if a YouTube account is owned by a 65-year-old male, it doesn't matter that he's 65, they're assuming that this person has given their phone over to a child. Like, they're completely ignoring the account of the user and assuming children are watching it anyway. Because yeah, parents are giving it to their children. And so they really need to up their security. I don't know how they're going to do this. Just promotion is one. Like, tell parents that they can't do this, that if they're caught doing it, there will be repercussions. Fingerprint recognition technology is really up there now. They could use that in the app, but if that was too complicated and they didn't want to do that, just a PIN code or a passcode would, do you see what I mean? Like, they're just going to have to up their security and promote to parents. While thinking about this topic, I came up with like an analogy and a metaphor in my mind of what this is like. So I kind of wanted to tell you it because I think it suits it so perfectly. And that is that YouTube is a park. Everyone loves the park. Adults, kids, teenagers, frolicking in the park. It is a place for everyone, it's free, everyone loves it. However, as an adult, you wouldn't drive your child to the park and leave them there. Yeah, see, even just saying that, I bet many people's hearts are going, no, that's dangerous. Like, your instinctual reaction is, no, don't leave your children in the park. There could be paedophiles in the park. Sorry guys, but that's the truth. You wouldn't leave your children unsupervised in a park. Don't worry kids, that man over there has got puppies in his van, you know, but I'm just going to go to the pub real quick, enjoy the park. You just wouldn't do that. You just wouldn't, you shouldn't, that's it. But everyone is enjoying the park. Kids, yes, should be at the park. Their parents should be there watching them play on the swings and just supervising them, but you wouldn't leave them there. YouTube is the same. Like, yes, allow your kids to enjoy the content on YouTube, but supervise them. You wouldn't leave them there. So YouTube's reaction to this is just close all the parks, shut it down, no one can go in the park because we're trying to save the children. Like, all these people that were enjoying these free green spaces are now not allowed to enjoy it. It's completely destroying the park. Like, that's not the solution, to shut it down just because a kid's been left in a park. Like, yeah, that's dangerous and they should be protected against that, but close down the park is not the solution. That's kind of what they're doing on YouTube. YouTube is panicking and just completely trying to blanket cover everything and child safe it. And instead, they should be promoting to parents that you do not leave your kids on YouTube. And if they can successfully promote and add security and improve this, then they won't need to rely on a machine or an algorithm to go through all the content and vet it for random, obligatory, generalized things. I know what I say is not going to make any difference to anything. I have a few subscribers and I'm very grateful for every single one, by the way. But let's face it, I'm a small fish in an extremely large pond. So my opinions and views aren't going to do jack. However, I just wanted to discuss this video with you guys because it's something that's really been weighing on me. I thought it was interesting to talk about, and we need to talk about it now. Like, before January rolls around, we need to talk about it and discuss this before everything goes to pot. So thank you so much for watching. I really want to know what you think about this in the comments. Did you even know about this? What's your solution? I can't wait to talk with you about this in the comments as always, and I will see you in my next video.